There was once a young woman who walked into a room and did not say a single wrong word. Her dress was modest, her voice was calm, her steps were soft, her manners were respectful. Nothing about her was loud, nothing about her was careless. But one thing happened that she did not even notice. She smiled too freely. Not an evil smile, not a bad smile, not a smile with a dirty intention, just the kind of smile that comes naturally from a soft heart. The kind of smile she gave to everyone because she did not want to seem rude. The kind of smile she thought was harmless because she was raised to be polite. But across the room, one heart misunderstood it. One man took that softness as an invitation. One mind created a story from something she never meant. One weak soul turned her kindness into imagination. And that day she learned something many women learn late. Not every person deserves access to the softness of your face. Not every man is safe enough to receive the warmth of your smile. And not every gesture that feels innocent inside you remains innocent once it enters another person's heart. This is why Islam did not come to make a woman hard. Islam came to protect her softness. A soft woman is not a careless woman. A soft woman is not a woman who gives every stranger the same warmth she gives her family. A soft woman is not a woman who must prove she is kind by opening emotional doors for people who have no right to enter. A truly soft woman is soft with dignity. She is gentle but not available. She is kind but not inviting. She is respectful but not emotionally open to every man. She carries mercy in her heart, but she also carries boundaries around her presence. And this is a lesson many people misunderstand. They think modesty means becoming cold, harsh, angry, suspicious, or unfriendly. No, modesty is not ugliness of character. Modesty is beauty with protection. Modesty is softness with discipline. Modesty is the art of keeping your light from falling into the wrong hands. A woman can speak respectfully without becoming playful. She can answer clearly without becoming warm. She can be polite without becoming personal. She can be gentle without giving signals. She can be feminine without being exposed. She can be soft without being easy to reach. This is the balance that many women struggle with because the world teaches them a dangerous lie. The world tells a woman, smile more, be friendly, be approachable, do not make people uncomfortable, be sweet to everyone, make everyone feel welcomed. But Islam whispers something deeper to her soul. You are not responsible for making every strange man comfortable. You are responsible for guarding what Allah gave you. There is a kind of beauty in a woman that is not only in her face. It is in her manner. It is in her shyness. It is in her restraint. It is in the way she does not throw her attention everywhere. It is in the way she does not laugh loudly with men who are not from her private circle. It is in the way she knows that her smile is not a cheap decoration for public approval. It is a gift. And gifts are not placed in the street. Think of a pearl. A pearl does not shout from the ocean floor, look at me. It does not chase every eye. It does not beg to be noticed. It remains hidden, protected, covered, and valuable. Its worth is not reduced because it is not displayed. Its worth increases because it is guarded. A believing woman is not honored by how many men notice her. She is honored by how carefully she protects what Allah has placed within her. Many women today are exhausted because they have been trained to perform softness for the whole world. They smile when they feel uncomfortable. They laugh when they do not find something funny. They reply warmly when their heart is uneasy. They tolerate attention they never asked for because they fear being called rude. But sometimes the most spiritual sentence a woman can teach herself is this: my modesty is not rudeness. My boundary is not arrogance. My seriousness is not hatred. My silence is not weakness. My distance is not disrespect. A woman does not owe every man emotional warmth. She owes Allah obedience. She owes herself dignity. She owes society clean manners. But she does not owe strangers the kind of sweetness that should be reserved for people who have a rightful place in her life. This is where the difference matters. Islam never teaches a woman to be cruel. If someone asks a necessary question, answer with decency. If there is work, study, business, travel, or family needs, speak clearly and respectfully. If an elder needs help, help with good manners. If someone is in distress, do not become heartless. Islam is mercy. Islam is fairness. Islam is noble conduct. But noble conduct is not the same as emotional openness. Good manners, do not require flirtation. Respect does not require softness that awakens desire. Kindness does not require giving your laughter, your playful tone, your lingering eye contact, your unnecessary smile, or your personal attention to someone who has no right to it. A woman can be like a closed garden with beautiful flowers inside. The garden is not ugly because the gate is closed. The gate is closed because what is inside is precious. And the right people do not complain about the gate. They respect it. There are women listening right now who have been made to feel guilty for being modest. Maybe you stopped laughing with certain men and someone said, "Why are you acting so serious?" Maybe you avoided unnecessary conversation and someone said, "You think you are too religious now." Maybe you lowered your gaze and someone accused you of being proud. Maybe you kept your boundaries and someone called you boring, extreme, old-fashioned, or cold. Do not let people shame you out of protection. The same people who mock your boundaries will not carry the consequences if those boundaries are broken. They will not carry your regret. They will not carry your tears. They will not carry your spiritual pain. They will not answer to Allah for the private choices you made. So let people talk. A woman who lives for public approval will always be controlled by the loudest voice in the room. But a woman who lives for Allah becomes calm even when people misunderstand her. And there is something powerful about a woman who is not desperate to be liked. She does not enter a room begging for attention. She enters with quiet dignity. She does not decorate every conversation with laughter. She chooses her words. She does not make every man feel special. She protects emotional distance. She does not confuse kindness with availability. She knows the difference between being soft and being accessible. This is not weakness, this is strength under control. The modern world often tells women, be confident, but then defines confidence as exposure, loudness, boldness, and attention. Islam gives a deeper confidence, the confidence to not need every gaze, the confidence to not entertain every conversation, the confidence to not explain your boundaries to those who benefit from you having none. The confidence to be gentle in a world that pressures you to be loose. The confidence to be modest in a world that rewards display. The confidence to be soft without surrendering your sacred space. And sisters, understand this carefully. The instruction to guard your smile is not because your smile is sinful by itself. A smile can be charity. A smile can be warmth. A smile can heal. A smile can comfort your mother, your father, your sister, your child, your husband, your close family, your women friends, and those who are safe within proper boundaries. But when a smile becomes unnecessary softness toward a man outside your private circle, it can become a doorway, not always, not in every situation, not with every person, but often enough that Islam teaches caution before regret. Because the heart is strange, a door does not need to be wide open for someone to enter. Sometimes a crack is enough. A repeated smile, a playful reply, a soft tone, a small joke, a lingering look, a late message, a personal compliment, a little attention, a little curiosity, a little emotional comfort. Then slowly, what began as nothing becomes something. And when people fall into emotional attachment, they rarely fall suddenly. They fall through tiny steps they once called harmless. That is why wisdom closes the small doors before they become large fires. A woman may say, but my intention is clean. Yes, your intention may be clean. But modesty is not only about your intention, it is also about the effect of your behavior, the weakness of human nature, the whispers of temptation, and the protection of society. Islam does not wait for damage before teaching prevention. Islam protects the heart before it is wounded. A woman may say, but I am just being nice. Be nice with limits. Be nice without unnecessary softness. Be nice without emotional invitation. Be nice without making the conversation personal. Be nice without giving your warmth to someone who may misunderstand it. Because a soft heart without boundaries can become a door others walk through without permission. There is a story in this that every woman should hold close. Imagine a queen living in a palace. She is merciful to her people. She listens to their needs. She feeds the poor. She treats servants with kindness. She speaks with dignity. She is not cruel. She is not arrogant. She is not harsh. But not everyone can enter her private chamber. Not everyone can sit close to her. Not everyone can hear her private laughter. Not everyone can enjoy her relaxed face. Not everyone can receive her personal warmth. Why? Because her closeness has rank. Her access has rules. Her presence has value. Now ask yourself, if the private space of a queen is guarded, should the emotional space of a believing woman be left open to every passerby? You are not less valuable than a palace. Your heart is not public property. Your softness is not a streetlight for every stranger. Your feminine warmth is not meant to be distributed without wisdom. Some women have been hurt because they did not know this. They thought boundaries would make them appear rude, so they smiled through discomfort. They replied when they should have ended the conversation. They softened their voice when they should have stayed neutral. They allowed jokes when they should have kept seriousness. They let a man become emotionally familiar because at first it felt harmless. Then one day, the heart became involved. And once the heart becomes involved, leaving becomes painful. That is why Islam teaches you to guard the beginning, because the beginning is easier to control than the ending. It is easier to avoid the spark than to escape the fire. It is easier to close the door than to rebuild a broken heart. It is easier to keep distance than to untangle attachment. It is easier to be misunderstood for modesty than to cry from regret in private. And if you have already made mistakes, listen carefully. This reminder is not here to crush you. It is here to call you back with mercy. Allah does not close the door of return for the woman who feels ashamed. He does not reject the woman who wants to become better. He does not hate the woman who realizes, I was too open, I was too friendly, I gave too much access, I enjoyed attention I should have avoided. I crossed lines I should have respected. The moment you turn back to Allah sincerely, you are not defined by your past weakness. You are being invited into protection. Do not let guilt become another trap. Guilt should wake you, not bury you. Return, rebuild, reset your boundaries, change your patterns, delete what needs to be deleted, end what needs to be ended, stop what needs to be stopped, and walk forward with dignity. A modest woman is not a perfect woman. She is a woman who keeps returning to what pleases Allah, and there is a rare beauty in that. There is a rare beauty in a woman who used to seek attention, then began seeking peace. There is a rare beauty in a woman who used to enjoy being noticed, then began enjoying being protected. There is a rare beauty in a woman who used to laugh freely with everyone, then learned that her laughter is precious. There is a rare beauty in a woman who once feared being disliked, then reached a point where she feared displeasing Allah more. That is growth. That is maturity. That is spiritual elegance. And sisters, this message is not only about men. It is about the kind of woman you are becoming when no one is watching. Are you becoming a woman whose softness is ruled by emotion, or a woman whose softness is guided by faith? Are you becoming a woman who needs attention to feel beautiful, or a woman who knows her worth even when no one praises her? Are you becoming a woman who adjusts herself for people, or a woman who adjusts herself for Allah? Because the real test is not always in the big sins. Sometimes the test is in the small smile you know you should not give, the conversation you know should end, the message you know should remain unanswered, the joke you know is becoming too comfortable, the compliment you know is not necessary, the attention you know your soul is starting to enjoy. That is where the battle happens. Not always in dramatic moments, sometimes in 1 second, one glance, one reply, one smile, one decision to remain dignified. The believing woman wins private battles that no one claps for. She chooses restraint when her ego wants attention. She chooses silence when her heart wants to respond. She chooses distance when curiosity wants closeness. She chooses Allah when her lower self wants validation. And maybe nobody sees that moment, but Allah sees it. Allah sees the woman who could have entertained a conversation but ended it. Allah sees the woman who could have smiled but stayed composed. Allah sees the woman who could have enjoyed attention but protected her soul. Allah sees the woman who could have followed desire but chose dignity. Nothing is lost with Allah. Every guarded glance matters. Every controlled word matters. Every boundary matters. Every sacrifice for modesty matters. A woman may feel, but I am naturally cheerful, I am naturally friendly, I do not want to become someone fake. You do not need to become fake. You need to become wise. A river is beautiful, but without banks, it floods and destroys. With banks, it flows with purpose. Your softness is the river. Your modesty is the bank. Without boundaries, softness can harm you. With boundaries, softness becomes mercy. So keep your beautiful nature, keep your kindness, keep your warmth, keep your mercy, but place it where Allah allows it to flourish safely. Be soft with your parents. Be soft with your sisters. Be soft with children. Be soft with the poor. Be soft with the elderly. Be soft with your husband when Allah grants you marriage. Be soft with those who have a rightful place in your private life. But with men outside that private boundary, be respectful, clear, modest, and careful. Do not be rude. Do not be arrogant. Do not be cruel. Just do not be emotionally open. There is a difference between a locked door and a dirty door. Your door can be clean, beautiful, and closed. That is modesty. And do not think men are innocent from responsibility. Men are commanded to lower their gaze. Men are commanded to guard themselves. Men are commanded to behave with dignity. A woman's modesty does not excuse a man's weakness. A man cannot blame a woman for his own lack of self-control. Every soul answers for itself. But a wise woman does not say, since men are responsible, I will be careless. No. A wise woman says they are responsible for their eyes and I am responsible for my boundaries. That is fairness. That is maturity. That is faith. Because the believer does not ask, how close can I get to danger without falling? The believer asks, how far can I stay from danger so my heart remains safe? This is why modesty is powerful. It does not begin with clothes only. It begins with the soul. A woman can cover her body but expose her emotional availability. She can dress modestly but speak in a way that invites attention. She can look religious outwardly but still crave male validation inwardly. And this is where sincerity enters. Modesty is not a costume. Modesty is a conversation between your heart and Allah. It asks, who am I trying to please? Why do I want to be noticed? Why do I feel uncomfortable when men do not give me attention? Why do I smile when my heart knows I should stay guarded? Why do I soften my voice when I know the conversation is unnecessary? Why do I fear being called rude more than I fear opening a door to temptation? These questions are not meant to shame you. They are meant to free you. Because many women are not actually seeking men. They are seeking reassurance. They are seeking proof that they are beautiful. They are seeking proof that they matter. They are seeking proof that they are wanted. And the world has trained them to collect this proof from the eyes of strangers. But the gaze of people is a prison. Today they praise you. Tomorrow they ignore you. Today they desire you. Tomorrow they forget you. Today they make you feel special. Tomorrow they move to someone else. If your worth depends on attention, your peace will always be in someone else's hand. But when your worth is rooted in Allah, you stop begging the world to confirm what your Creator already gave you. You are valuable before anyone notices you. You are beautiful before anyone compliments you. You are honored before anyone chooses you. You are enough without being emotionally available to the wrong people. When a woman understands this, she changes, not loudly, quietly. Her face becomes calmer. Her replies become shorter. Her laughter becomes more protected. Her online presence becomes more careful. Her messages become cleaner. Her friendships become wiser. Her heart becomes lighter. She no longer feels the need to prove that she is kind to every man. She no longer fears silence. She no longer mistakes attention for love. She no longer confuses being desired with being valued. She begins to understand that the greatest kind of beauty is not the beauty that attracts everyone. It is the beauty that is protected for the right place, the right time, and the right person under the blessing of Allah. And if you are unmarried, listen to this carefully. Do not believe the lie that you must be overly friendly with men to be noticed for marriage. What Allah has written for you will not require you to lower your standards. Your future does not need you to compromise your modesty. A man who is worthy of your life will not need you to flirt to recognize your value. He will respect your boundaries. He will admire your dignity. He will feel safe with your modesty, not threatened by it. He will not say, "Smile more for me before I have any right to you." He will say, "This woman knows her worth." The wrong man is attracted to access. The right man respects protection. The wrong man becomes annoyed when you have boundaries. The right man becomes honored by them. The wrong man wants your softness without responsibility. The right man will seek the proper path to receive it. So do not sell your future peace for temporary attention. Do not give wife-like emotional warmth to men who have made no husband-like commitment. Do not give personal tenderness to someone who has no sacred responsibility toward you. Do not let loneliness make you cheap with your heart. Your heart is not a waiting room for confused men. Your heart is a trust from Allah. And if you are married, this reminder still matters. Your softness has a home. Your warmth has a direction. Your smile has a rightful place. A marriage grows when a woman does not distribute outside what should beautify the inside. And a husband also must guard his eyes, his speech, his friendliness, and his emotional attention. Faithful homes are not protected by love alone. They are protected by boundaries. Many homes are damaged not because someone planned betrayal, but because someone allowed small emotional doors to open. A co-worker became too friendly. A classmate became too familiar. A neighbor became too comfortable. A message became too personal. A joke became too warm. Then slowly, a heart that belonged at home began wandering outside. Protect your home before it cries. Protect your marriage before it cracks. Protect your soul before it becomes divided. A woman of faith does not play with emotional fire and then ask why the house is burning. She guards the match. Now let us speak about online life, because many smiles today are not even given face to face. They are sent through screens. A laughing emoji, a soft reply, a heart reaction, a playful comment, a private message, a voice note, a selfie response, a "thank you dear," a "you are so funny," a "you understand me," and "no one talks to me like you." This is where many boundaries collapse, because the screen makes danger feel distant. But the heart does not care whether temptation enters through a door or through a phone. If it enters, it enters. A woman can be sitting in her bedroom and still be spiritually exposed through her phone. She can be physically alone and emotionally surrounded by attention. She can appear modest outside but become careless in private messages. So guard the digital smile too. Do not reply to every compliment. Do not entertain every reaction. Do not keep conversations alive just because they feel exciting. Do not post for strange men to praise you. Do not measure your beauty by views, likes, or messages. Do not confuse online attention with honor. There is nothing honorable about being watched by people who have no responsibility toward you. True honor is when Allah is pleased with the way you carry yourself, publicly and privately. A woman may say, "But nobody knows what I do online." Allah knows. That should not scare you away from Him. It should bring you back to Him, because the one who sees your mistake is also the one who accepts your return. So begin again. Clean the phone, clean the contacts, clean the conversations, clean the habits, clean the intention. You do not need to announce your change. Just change. Some transformations are more powerful when they are silent. One day, people will notice that you are different. You no longer respond the same way. You no longer laugh at the same jokes. You no longer keep unnecessary conversations. You no longer enjoy attention the way you used to. You have become calmer, more guarded, more peaceful. And some people will not like it. That is okay. When you stop feeding people access, they may accuse you of becoming proud. But you are not proud. You are protected. And a protected woman is not easy to manipulate. She cannot be pulled by compliments. She cannot be bought by attention. She cannot be softened by every sweet word. She cannot be dragged into emotional confusion through empty charm. She has trained her heart to ask, "Does this please Allah?" That question saves her again and again. There is another truth sisters need to hear. Your softness is powerful. Do not underestimate it. A woman's smile can calm a home. A woman's kindness can heal a child. A woman's mercy can strengthen a husband. A woman's gentleness can comfort a grieving heart. A woman's warmth can turn a house into a place of peace. But anything powerful must be protected. Water gives life, but if it is uncontrolled, it can drown. Fire gives warmth, but if it is uncontrolled, it can burn. Beauty inspires, but if it is uncontrolled, it can tempt. Softness heals, but if it is uncontrolled, it can invite attachment. Islam does not hate your softness. Islam teaches you where to place it. The woman who understands this becomes rare. She does not compete with immodesty. She does not envy women who receive more attention. She does not feel small because she is not being chaste. She does not expose herself emotionally to feel alive. She knows that being hidden from the wrong eyes is a mercy. Sometimes Allah protects a woman by making her less noticed by the wrong people. Sometimes Allah honors a woman by not making her the center of every room. Sometimes Allah saves a woman by keeping her away from attention that would have damaged her heart. Do not hate the protection that looks like being unseen. There is peace in being unseen by those who would not value you properly. There is peace in being unknown to men who would only waste your emotions. There is peace in being hidden until Allah brings what is lawful, clean and blessed. And remember this, modesty does not reduce your beauty, it refines it. A diamond behind glass is not less beautiful, it is more respected. A sacred place with boundaries is not less meaningful, it is more honored. A woman with modesty is not less feminine, she is feminine with wisdom. So do not let the world bully you into becoming emotionally exposed. Do not let anyone make you feel that a serious face is ugly. There is beauty in composure. There is beauty in restraint. There is beauty in lowering the gaze. There is beauty in choosing not to smile when your heart senses danger. There is beauty in short answers. There is beauty in walking away. There is beauty in refusing unnecessary familiarity. There is beauty in being soft only where softness belongs. And if your personality is naturally gentle, do not hate it. Just train it. Your softness should be like perfume. Beautiful but not spilled everywhere. Perfume is precious because it is applied with care. If someone pours the whole bottle onto the ground, the scent is wasted. In the same way, your kindness becomes more beautiful when it is guided by wisdom. Do not pour your emotional perfume on those who have no right to it. Give people respect. Give people fairness. Give people good manners. But do not give everyone your sweetness. A woman should never feel pressured to turn her face into an invitation. Sometimes the most powerful thing a woman can do is remain calm, lower her gaze, answer only what is needed, and continue walking. No drama, no harshness, no explanation, just dignity. And sisters, teach this to younger girls with gentleness. Do not teach them modesty through fear alone. Teach them through honor. Do not say you are dangerous, say you are valuable. Do not say men are monsters. Say human beings have weaknesses and Allah gave us guidance to protect our hearts. Do not say hide because you are shameful. Say guard yourself because you are precious. A girl who learns modesty as shame may grow resentful. A girl who learns modesty as honor grows strong. She must know that Islam is not trying to erase her personality. Islam is trying to protect her soul from being handled by people who do not deserve access. And if a woman is listening who feels broken because she was not protected before, this is for you. Your value is not destroyed. Your honor can be rebuilt. Your closeness to Allah can be restored. Your future can still be beautiful. Do not let the past convince you that modesty is no longer for you. Modesty is not only for women who never made mistakes. Modesty is for every woman who wants to return to Allah and live with dignity from this day forward. The past may explain your wounds, but it does not have to control your direction. Stand again, cover your heart again, guard your smile again, choose your words again, protect your presence again. Walk like a woman who has been forgiven, guided and honored by Allah. Not arrogant, not broken, not available, protected. There will be moments when your lower self wants attention. It may whisper, just reply. just smile, just be friendly, just enjoy the compliment, just keep the conversation going. It is not serious. You are overthinking. In that moment, pause. Ask yourself, if this small action was placed before Allah, would I be proud of it? If my future husband saw this, would I feel comfortable? If my daughter copied this from me one day, would I be happy? If this conversation grew into attachment, would I be able to say I did not see the signs? These questions bring light into the moment, and often one moment of self-control can protect years of peace. The strongest women are not always the ones who speak the loudest. Sometimes the strongest woman is the one who quietly says no to what her ego wants. No to unnecessary attention. No to emotional games. No to private conversations. No to softness in the wrong place. No to smiles that create confusion. No to being liked at the cost of being guarded. And every no for Allah becomes a yes to something better. Yes to peace. Yes to dignity. Yes to self-respect. Yes to a cleaner heart. Yes to a stronger relationship with Allah. Yes to a future that is not polluted by careless choices. A woman of faith does not ask, how can I attract more attention? She asks, how can I become more pleasing to Allah? And when that becomes her question, her entire life changes. Her wardrobe changes. Her tone changes. Her phone changes. Her friendships change. Her standards change. Her silence changes. Even her smile changes. Not because she becomes lifeless, but because she becomes intentional. She no longer smiles from insecurity. She smiles from peace. She no longer smiles to please strangers. She smiles where Allah has placed safety. She no longer gives her warmth randomly. She saves it for spaces of love, family, sisterhood, mercy, and lawful closeness. That is not losing yourself. That is finding the version of yourself that Allah wanted to protect all along. So be a soft woman. Please do not let this world make you hard. Do not let betrayal make you bitter. Do not let men's weakness make you cruel. Do not let bad experiences remove your mercy. Do not become sharp just because you learned boundaries. Be soft, but be soft with wisdom. Be gentle, but be guarded. Be kind, but be clear. Be feminine, but be dignified. Be approachable to goodness, but close to temptation. Let your family feel your warmth. Let children feel your mercy. Let women feel your sisterhood. Let the poor feel your compassion. Let your future or present husband receive the sweetness that Allah made lawful. But do not stand before strange men offering the emotional fragrance that belongs in protected places. You are not everyone's comfort. You are not everyone's smile. You are not everyone's soft place. You are a servant of Allah before you are anyone's idea of a woman. And when a woman understands that, she becomes free. Free from needing to be liked. Free from chasing attention. Free from performing sweetness. Free from fear of being misunderstood. Free from the exhausting habit of making everyone comfortable while her soul becomes uncomfortable. She becomes peaceful. She becomes rare. She becomes difficult to access in the most beautiful way. Not because she hates people, but because she honors what Allah gave her. And the right people will understand. The wrong people will complain. Let them. A locked treasure chest will always annoy thieves. But the lock is not there to please thieves. The lock is there to protect the treasure. So the next time you feel pressured to smile unnecessarily, remember the pearl, remember the queen, remember the garden gate, remember that softness without boundaries can become a doorway, but softness with faith becomes light. You do not have to be rude. You do not have to be harsh. You do not have to walk around with anger in your face. Just be composed. Be modest. Be aware. Be careful with the warmth you give. And when you choose restraint for Allah, know that you have not lost beauty. You have increased it. Because the most beautiful woman is not the one every man can reach. The most beautiful woman is the one who knows that her heart, her smile, her softness, her laughter, and her presence are gifts from Allah. And she refuses to place those gifts where they do not belong. May Allah make you soft without making you careless. May Allah make you kind without making you exposed. May Allah make you modest without making you harsh. May Allah protect your heart from attention that looks sweet but carries poison. May Allah grant you the strength to close every door that threatens your peace. And may Allah make you a woman whose beauty is not only seen in her face, but felt in her dignity, her restraint, her faith, and her quiet loyalty to the one who created her. Because a woman who guards herself for Allah is never losing freedom. She is walking into honor, and the world may not understand that. But your soul will, your peace will, your future will. And on the day when every hidden choice is brought forward, you will see that even the smile you held back for Allah was not forgotten. Not one sacrifice was wasted. Not one boundary was ignored. Not one private struggle was unseen. So walk gently, speak with dignity, smile where it is safe, be soft where it is right, and guard your heart like something sacred, because it is.